Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. Assigned by His Majesty the Sultan, the Minister of Education crowns the winners of Sultan Qaboos Award for Culture, Arts and Literature in its 5th round. The Financial and Energy Resources Council approves State's General Budget 2017. And Petroleum Development Oman signs agreement to fund social investment projects in various governorates of the Sultanate. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. Assigned by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, Her Excellency Dr. Madiha bint Ahmed al-Shaybaniya, Minister of Education, honored the winners of Sultan Qaboos Award for Culture, Arts and Literature. The award came to embody the royal care of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos accorded to intellectual and knowledge achievements and to highlight the pioneering role of Oman in the cultural field. The winners of the 5th round of the award were announced last November. In the field of translation, Hamid bin Sinan Al-Ghaithi won the award. Bashayar Al-Khair Music Troupe for Traditional Arts won the award in the field of Omani Traditional Arts. Dr. Jawkha bint Muhammad Al-Harthiya won the award in the field of Novel. At the end of the ceremony, the fields of the 6th round of the award in 2017 were announced, which will open for competition for Arabs. Before His Excellency General Sultan bin Muhammad Al-Nu'mani, Minister of the Royal Office and Chairman of the Office of the Supreme Commander, a number of members of military, judiciary and prosecution performed the legal oath in implementation of the provisions of the military judiciary law. The event was attended by Brigadier Head of the Military Judiciary. The Financial and Energy Resources Council approved during its meeting today the state's General Budget 2017, in addition to the financing plan prepared for the coming year. During the meeting, the Council clarified that the actual deficit till the end of October reached 4.8 billion Omani Riyals at 27% due to the reduction in oil incomes and with 41% compared to expected incomes in the same period last year. The Council called to continue procedures to rationalize spending and diversify sources of non-oil products. The Council also discussed the procedures taken in implementing the decision related to managing governmental investments, where the decision included transferring some government stakes in local and foreign companies to a group of holding companies and sovereign funds, each according to their competence. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Darwish bin Ismail Blushi, Minister responsible for Finance Affairs, Deputy Chairman of Financial Affairs and Energy Resources Council. Oman Real Estate Awards 2016 were distributed to 19 winners in various fields in the sector, including architectural, engineering, real estate development, real estate management and brokerage, distinguished projects and small and medium enterprises. Among the winners were the National Museum, the Directorate General of Real Estate Development at the Ministry of Housing, Al-Moj Muscat, the complex of the Public Authority for Social Insurance, and Al-Argan Towel Complex. The competition aims to upgrade the companies working in the real estate sector and encourage them to develop the services, raise the quality of their projects, and increase their competitiveness. The handing over ceremony coincides with the revealing of a real estate project at Ras Al Hamra in the Governorate of Muscat that consists of 110 residential apartments. His Excellency Engineer Muhammad bin Salim Al-Busaidi, Chairman of Youth and Human Resources Committee at the Shura Council, said in remarks to Sultanate of Oman Radio and Television that a study on enabling youths in entrepreneurship and getting new job opportunities is almost finished by the committee and will be forwarded to the council. He also said that they will start a study on Omani sports, the reality and the ambition that discuss the challenges facing sports field in the Sultanate. Petroleum Development Oman PDO today pledged funding around 500,000 Omani Riyals to a variety of social investment projects to benefit the community. The company signed 17 memoranda of understanding MOUs with a number of municipal authorities and non-governmental organizations, NGOs, for infrastructure, equipment and financial support. The agreements will pave the way for two public majlises in Barbazoum and Dahboum in the wilaya of Thamreit, a water well with accessories in Wadi Ara in the wilaya of Shalim, a slaughterhouse in Hamra Drou', two underground falages in Ibri, as well as funding additional infrastructure for Shalim Hospital. In addition, the company is funding a package of measures to help NGOs, including special wheelchairs for the Oman Association of the Disabled and equipment for the Omani Society for the Hearing Impaired. PDO also pledged a number of smaller investments through its Grants and Donations Committee, including Riyada, the Public Authority for SME Development, and the Oman Astronomical Society. The Ministry of Civil Service launched a practical training program for government staff in private sector establishments, which will start by the beginning of 2017. The project aims at providing trainees with innovation and creativity skills, in addition to introducing the importance of the practical side and improving human resources. The inauguration ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Sheikh Khalid bin Umar Al Marhoon, Minister of Civil Service. The ceremony included the signing of a number of cooperation agreements between the Ministry of Civil Service and a number of private sector establishments. The agreements aimed at strengthening partnership between the ministry and private sector establishments, in addition to exchanging administrative skills between the trainees. The project will focus on increasing the productivity of the staff, in addition to exchanging knowledge and experiences between the trainees, along with improving the quality of government services rendered to the beneficiaries. Still to come in our news bulletin. Dar es Salaam is a Tanzanian thriving city in East Africa. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. The State Council Office forwarded suggested projects of Culture, Media and Tourism Committee about the reality of tourism in the Sultanate through laws and legislations to the General Session to be discussed. The importance of the projects came within diversifying sources of income, considering tourism as one of the top sectors that will help diversify the economy and sustainability, which the 9th five-year plan focuses in its income in the national economy. The Council discussed also the suggestions of amending the election law of the Shura Council and municipal councils, in addition to suggesting the establishment of a number of free zones in the governorates of Al Buraymi and Musandam. The Shura Council Office reviewed during its meeting a report of Economic and Financial Committee about a suggestion of one of the members in creating legal substance that allows retirees to borrow money from banks, in addition to discussing a letter from one of their excellencies about allowing transferring agricultural lands affected by water and soil salinity to residential lands. The office also agreed to hold a meeting with the head of the General Union of Workers in the Sultanate to review means of cooperation and discuss matters of common concern in order to achieve the public benefit. The Office of the Council also approved the briefing request of Her Excellency the Minister of Education on the mechanisms and followed procedures by the Ministry to avoid the phenomena of forgetting students in buses and forwarded them to the bodies concerned. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal Al-Ma'wali, Chairman of the Shura Council. Oman Journalist Association celebrated its annual day by awarding the winners in the competition of excellence in journalism. The celebration reflects the attention given to media men by Oman Journalist Association. It as well reflects the efforts being exerted by the association to improve journalism profession in the Sultanate. A great number of media men and journalists took part in the event, along with the delegations of Federation of Arab Journalists and International Federation of Journalists. The event was presided over by His Excellency Abdul Aziz bin Muhammad al-Rawaz, advisor to His Majesty the Sultan for Cultural Affairs. Az-Zubair Center for Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises and Oman Journalists Association signed a memorandum of cooperation to raise awareness about the importance of entrepreneurship and acquaint citizens with the activities of entrepreneurs in the Sultanate. The agreement states that the Journalist Association works on enhancing the culture of business through highlighting successful business experiences in the society, along with activities with added value to the national income, in addition to encouraging society to support owners of small and medium-sized enterprises. Lieutenant General Ahmed bin Harith al-Nabhani, Chief of Staff of the Sultan's Armed Forces, received in his office at Muaskar al-Murtafa today Major General Ilyas Nicanor Athanas, Reserve Force Commander at the Tanzanian People's Defense Force, currently visiting the Sultanate. During the meeting, they exchanged points of views and discussed a number of matters of common concern. The meeting was attended by senior officers of the Sultan's Armed Forces. Developing strategy of the Commission in air navigation through satellites and establishing regional system for air safety monitoring topped the meeting of the Executive Council for Arab Civil Aviation Commission. The meeting reviewed the topic of regional cooperation in the field of investigation of accidents, aviation proceedings, electronic blackmailing and its effects on aviation security system. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Dr. Muhammad bin Nasser al-Za'abi, CEO of the Public Authority for Civil Aviation. Chocolates with all its types and colors were the project of students at Hospitality and Tourism Department at Oman Tourism College. The students presented in an exhibition various products made of chocolate. They also hosted a number of Omani enterprises. The participants also shed light on the health benefits of chocolates. The exhibition was inaugurated by Her Highness Sayyida Hujayja bin Jafar Al Said. The Municipal Council in the Governorate of Musandam discussed during its meeting today to follow up a letter addressed to the Deputy CEO of Oman Air about adding another daily flight between Khasab and Muscat to accommodate the growing number of passengers in this vital route. The Council reviewed the topic of importing livestock from Iran. It also discussed a number of replies received by it about water salinity issue and its adverse effects in agricultural lands, in addition to a reply from the National Ferries Company in approving to transfer oils, lubricants and tires to the Governorate of North Batna. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Sayyid Khalifa bin Al-Mardas Al-Busaidi, Governor of Musandam. Dar es Salaam is a thriving coastal city of Tanzania in East Africa. More details in the following report by Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubi'i.
Dar es Salaam is a beautiful city in Tanzania, the biggest, richest and economic center, making it one of the fastest growing city in East Africa, and it was the capital of Tanzania for a number of years. Its bustling harbor in the main seaport in Tanzania that represent an important maritime route. The name Dar es Salaam, meaning a bird of peace, was originally chosen by its founder, Sayyid Majid bin Said bin Sultan Al Said, the Omani Sultan of Zanzibar, in the later part of 1800s. The name reflects great love from the Sultan due to its serenity and appealing seaside. Prior to that specific period, Dar es Salaam was a mere fishing village of the Indian Ocean. Dar es Salaam, as well as the largest and most populous Swahili-speaking in the world, being a chosen haven of early travelers of Omani Arabs, Asians and European origin who lived harmoniously with indigenous Africans.
I'm Salum Abdallah Al-Adawi. I'm proud to be one of many Omanis present here in Tanzania. I'm doing business similar to that of our great-grandfather who came from Oman to Tanzania for a long time ago. On behalf of my fellow Omanis in Africa, I send sincere greetings to our family Omanis.
One of the offspring of the said early travelers seen with many others here in Tanzania, peaceful Dar es Salaam. From this beautiful and peaceful land of Tanzania, Dar es Salaam,
I'm Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubai, Sultanate of Oman Television.
Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate.